dive into this Pilski. SEA stage number 2 for us in split number 3. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much to Soup for having us. And yeah, let's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah, Potter, 12 games of Neon in the last 90 days or so. So he's feeling pretty comfortable on that agent, despite the fact we saw John Olsen doing great stuff with it. Over at Jakarta, Alert has gone for the Sova, previously playing that kind of Senti / controller flex onto the Viper, sometimes onto the Harbor as well. So he's going to be shifting his role a little bit, stepping into this full sense roster. 1, 2, 3 starting out on this attacking side. And it's going to be a bit of a contest over B main to start things off here, Mitch.
Yeah, definitely. It always is. Getting that early camp. And Leviathan up very, very close, but they are going to be walking into it. So it looks like it is going to be that full-on bust here, Mitch. Again, you know, it's such a common play to see. They are going to clear out the cam, and they're going to get that information. Paranoia pops out. Fault line's there as well, but immediately they're going to be tagged up. Decoy with a fantastic start. Leading on this offense for now.
Yeah, already Full Sense has taken the whole map. In the meanwhile, they were playing up behind the one-way. They've taken all of that A space. Potter now keeping 1, 2, 3 pinned into B main. Some great reactive utility to deal with that trap play that Full Sense threw at them. But here, ready with the reactive utility is Sushi Boys. Oh. There's the cross spotted by Potter. Relay bolt thrown out. You can see one of these players from 1, 2, 3 has gotten up nice and close. And once again, Decoy is punishing Full Sense for all of their aggression. And now 1, 2, 3 has a 2-man advantage.
Really trying to take advantage of that position now, though, Alert, right? Because they're so confused. Basically, 1, 2, 3 can just cut the noise and rotate back completely. They've obviously still got 1, 2, 3 inside main. He's got all that information, and now they're going to have to start to rotate their way around. Alert's heard the audio cue, can rotate back around to market. So maybe they'll be able to get out just in time, but the dark cover's going to keep him in market. And now with that spike going down, Alert does try to shoot away. He's going to be able to at least keep this contest going for just a second, Pilski. But again, they're going to be able to cross the main, and they can settle for now.
Yeah, a bit of a gap in that market smoke, but 1-man advantage here for 1, 2, 3. We'll see if the dart or the fault line starts to come off cooldown as Full Sense are getting back into the site here. No util for them to be able to try to get this spike defused, and it's a quad peak out of B main for 1, 2, 3 to get it done there. 3 players all swinging over on stairs side, both of the players on back side. And 1, 2, 3, it's a nice pistol from them. Loved everything they did in that round, really, Mitch. They were ready for that B main trap as soon as the cam was dealt with. You saw Full Sense throw out the Paranoia, but the util in reply from 1, 2, 3 was a little bit better. I think, you know, you had the relay bolt back from Decoy. He's able to punish that player front side of B main. And from there, just dropping off the Cypher and playing as a pack. Like you said, denying information, cutting sound, and forcing Full Sense to rotate around the map. But 1, 2, 3 were always just a little bit of a step ahead, and they were always up in numbers there.
Yeah, even when Potter sort of had that additional control, they were just so ready for it. So I really, really like that approach. You know, so many times do you see the teams kind of throw the toys out the cot after getting the opening picks and try to rush on in, but really well tempered from 1, 2, 3 there. So now in this pistol round, Potter going to have a little bit of a look forward. But again, even they're playing the counter eco very, very well. 1, 2, 3, just settling down.
Yep. It's a little bit of a 1-3-1 to start things off. Dark cover to top mid. Gonna now, as we head towards the 1 minute mark, group up towards B main. Camps up above. B main may have heard some of these steps, and it's been tapped. You can see 1, 2, 3 looking for it. Dart to back site. Dark cover on in. Paranoia through. It's a nice, easy little side take. It's actually hit the breach. Beautiful relay bolt. Recon bolt there from Alert. Able to actually pick up answers there, and now a player disadvantage here for 1, 2, 3.
Fantastic stuff, really. You know, that sort of puts a bit of an awkward one on it. He's going to be able to get a couple, though. All right, here we go. This is the Mongolian Neon that I was looking for there. Again, only an eco round, so you're not going to get too stressed about it. There was a moment there, as he mentioned, the scan from that recon bolt was amazing, but
yeah,
you know, again, pistol round. If it was a gun round, maybe we would have seen a little bit more. But four court, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it pinned into the breach, unfortunately, for 1, 2, 3 there. So not too much dodging of that you're going to be able to do. Just a bonus here for 1, 2, 3. Do have a couple of guns that can do some heavy hitting, though, particularly the Judge on the Neon. I've been playing against that a lot in ranked lately. It's not particularly fun, and you're going to see already this set play to take A main early on. Dark cover and fast lane on through, and we do not care about fault lines. We're still going to run up and take elbow space here. Sushi Boys playing the off angle. Did spot the Neon cross there. We'll see if Full Sense want to try and isolate that Neon indeed. Out comes the relay bolt and the aftershock, but already you've seen Decoy make it back across.
That speed of the Neon, right? Now that's kind of forced the hand of Potter to try and peek in and get a little bit more information. But once again, you know, Team 123, their basics, their fundamentals are very, very solid. They're just grouped up, kind of making sure that they're all there together, just 100%ing this bonus round.
Yeah, they're just 5-manning pretty much everywhere so far this game. There's the dark cover to top middle. 1-2-3 dropping off the Cypher in elbow. This is a bit of a trend so far that they've done time and time again. Just dropping the Cypher off Leviathan. Playing with confidence, as we're used to seeing from him, will punish Answers from trying to go for that peak into market and be able to keep the numbers in the favor of Full Sense here. However, Guardian picked up by BE here, so he's going to have a rifle to work with. Trying to clear the trip top middle. Cypher now taking a little bit more space on elbow. Leviathan, it's a beautiful hold. The fault line doesn't do too much either. And Alert going to punish BE as well. Just 1-2-3 left here. He was on the Cypher lurk from elbow, but he's not really getting too much done in this round, unfortunately.
Really nice stuff there from Leviathan to be able to just kind of keep his cool, right? He was taken down very low in the earlier exchange, but able to hit those shots. And so 1-2-3 will go down to the hand of Alert. They're not going to win out that bonus round there. But they still did some, you know, relatively good positional damage, I suppose. You know, they got a little bit of an understanding of the Full Sense approach. And now they're...
Some sick tricks over in the skate park. If I was casting with Mac, I'd be making some scooter jokes or something like that. But we'll wait until we head back on the breeze. I can bully you about being a surfer boy.
He left us. I miss him already.
He did. He'll be back for something or other. Here's the B main control here from 1-2-3. Just dry walking their way in. Keeping an eye on that A main dark cover there. 1-2-3 is going to drop off the trip. Here's the drone on through. Does scout out the trip on front side of B, so that should be a nice easy shock for BE to clear that. Little bit of pressure on the B site, which Full Sense is already kind of leaning towards because they've got that full A. Oh, what a pick from 1-2-3 though. He just goes and takes matters into his own hands. Potter was on that info line towards elbow. Man's just going to keep walking up and taking more duels, but punished by Sushi Boys for now.
Bit off a little bit more than he can chew, but John Olsen's going to get his head. This is what I mean, right? 16 and just running and gunning. Absolute chaos on the site there, but does get punished by Alert. Now trying to clear out here as well. So the advantage still going the way of 1-2-3, but Alert wants
last player standing.
Get across
one enemy remaining.
Shrouded step.
Spike down
Alert
B.
Going to try and get this 4K here. It will be an amazing round. He's holding the line of the B, and he will be able to do it. Awesome stuff from the addition into the roster from Xerxes. Very nicely done there from Alert with the 4K.
Yeah, just so much talent in the Thai scene. It's surprising that they haven't really been able to do too much in the kind of top level of the Asia scene. You know, Thailand's always been a bit of a talent farm as far as I'm concerned, and you see it so much in Tier 2 at the moment. And that has allowed Full Sense to, you know, shuffle around their roster, pick up a couple of the boys from Xerxia, and Alert's looking pretty sharp, pretty switched on right now. 8-2 massive 4K. You can't have much more impact than that, Mitch. I mean, 1vX, resetting the money here of 1-2-3 in a critical gun round and keeping Full Sense on top.
Absolutely. Perfect time for a pause. Try to get a little bit of an understanding. We're going to go. It looks like there's a pep talk from Coach Orgill right now. I think he actually sort of has a little bit of a sub role stepping in here and there, but I don't know, it's been nice to some really good fundamentals. Team 1-2-3, they're, you know, taking their time, they're 5-manning it as you sort of mentioned. They look to be kind of with a good understanding of each other's limits at this point in time and making decisions. But yeah, we've seen a couple of individual gun battles have been going the way of Full Sense, and we'll have to see if that continues into these next few rounds.
Yeah, just keeping things simple. You know, it's just map pressure, dropping off the Sentinel for a little bit of a lurk in certain positions, and then just going for an execute. Very, very simple play on the attack side, but effective play.
Yeah.
Do have the overdrive ready here for decoy. B's got the Hunter's Fury as well, so definitely a dangerous round for Full Sense to consider. Off the back of this trip here, Paranoia prepped from Leviathan, does get caught by the fault line though. Out comes the reactive Hunter's Fury from Alert. Decoy pushed forward by that and punished by Leviathan, and whatever 1-2-3 discussed in that pause, they've now got to go towards plan B because that has been completely haunted by the counter utility from Full Sense.
Yeah, the ante was amazing there. Just how Leviathan was able to keep his cool, kind of dodge out the fault line. Paranoia enough time. You know, he didn't even throw out the Shrouded Step either. Just all in control. Now he can even avoids the duel there, so he gets back up a little bit. But, you know, John Olsen can roll on in.
Down, B.
Very, very well played by that team. Leviathan raised up the confidence there. That was a 2vx, basically, Mitch, right? You know, and they did super well to bring that through full sense. Completely in control.
Yeah, keeping them in the choke. John Olsen tagging them all up. Leviathan spamming through the little market stall there. So bangable that. 1, 2, 3. Rolling into round number 6 now. Have got a little bit of an economy to break down from full sense. Going to take a couple of gun rounds to get back into this game for the attacking side. But do have a lot of big ults online, so see what they're able to put together. Once again, it's going to be B main, the point of contest for both teams here. Full sense, once again, ready with that same trap play that they ran on the pistol, Mitch.
Exact same. Paranoia ready to rock and roll. We'll be cleared. Decoy. It's a reverse bait this time, Mitch. They knew exactly what kind of plan they had. And it's the Neon operator that continues to do damage. John Olsen has got a second in the round. And that should be basically done and dusted, right? You know, surely they've got a little bit of information in mid. They know exactly where Sushi Boys is. Alert is now rotating around. They'll be able to drop one. So they've got to make sure that they don't just let the 1% the round, get that spike planted and worry about the post plant.
Spike planted.
Sushi Boys already in.
Yeah, into the site, not checking answers. That's the new box that a lot of people aren't playing around. I see people just Wing straight back into the site in ranked, getting shot in the side of the head every single game here on Sunset. That wasn't necessarily the case for Full Sense though, but at least in your own games, just know that box is spammable. So as you're coming back into the site, give that a couple little taps through the side of things and see how it goes for you. But what I'm more impressed about from 1, 2, 3 is just how clued on they are to these B main traps. It's just always, you know, Decoy being ready for that time posted up with the op on attacking side. Previously with the reactive relay bolts as well, just shutting down Full Sense trying to go for these traps.
It's just so funny, man. When you think a round's going to slow down, someone walks straight through the dark cover. But I think that's 100% right. You know, just in just a couple of rounds. So I wonder how Full Sense is kind of going to react to this and what they tries to change up again. Tripwire spotted. John Olsen's utility has been sort of picked apart, but Potter this time is actually ready for the lurk from 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3 has dry peeked him at that same point in the round for the second time. This time he's posted up and ready for it. So the Cypher heavily punished for that. Cam cleared by answers. Sushi Boys patient with the fault line, not quite committing to anything. 1, 2, 3 continually trying to take these trips. But as it was spotted by the drone, you see John Olsen's actually picked that trip up so it doesn't get shocked and may try to replace it somewhere. There, straight into B main. He's placed it early and it's caught the Neon. Beautiful from John Olsen. Really heads up play from him, and now 1, 2, 3 can't even get out B main. That is big brain from a man who just stepped into the Cypher role.
Of course. His experience, right, have been around for a very, very long time, but even after swapping over the operator, just not clearing that additional late bit of utility was pretty detrimental. So well read by Full Sense again.
Spike
Alert holding that
down,
control. They're completely trapped, locked in outside main. Should be another one here. At least well done from Chinsu. Able to find that one back, but a 2v4, 12 seconds left. No spike, Mitch. It's just going to be a saved round. And Full Sense, yeah, well and truly picking up the pace here.
Yeah, well done. That, honestly, picking up that trip just won them the round. It's a small detail, but you saw B scouting that trip with the drone, and they wanted to go forward and shock it to be able to get out onto the big site.
Yeah.
But punished by John Olsen with really, really nice play on the Cypher there. Not to mention Potter also getting the opening pick over on that A side of the map. And this is what I'm talking about. Full Sense are now starting to show their experience. They are playing around what 1, 2, 3 are doing. They are punishing the Cypher, trying to peek in the mid round over on the extremity, and they are punishing this B main take into the B main execute. Full Sense now starting to pick up a little bit of steam here, but this is where 1, 2, 3 are going to change things up.
Shadows traveling.
Real shift of approach. One way, relay bolt goes out, and I think Leviathan's going to have a bit of a toughie here. Already moving into lane now. Decoy does have the finger guns out, pushing as quickly as he can. Knows that there's a clear, but already the positioning has been redone. Leviathan, Paranoia, so well played here. Answers, does get one back.
I know exactly where you are.
He's just going to hear for the audio cue, but as that neural test comes out, he's just going to have to try and play the position. But it's awkward. They've completely frozen inside the lane here.
Not ready yet.
Just trying to buy as much time as possible, but Full Sense won't move.
Ooh, they're stuck in elbow, but Alert's kind of over-aggressed, overcooked there. 123 did not have space on the map, did not have anywhere to go. But now picking up the Sova do have a few more options open to them. They do have the dark cover, the From the Shadows to be able to re-aggress somewhere else, but they're just going to try to split up into this A site. A beautiful shot from Answers. Smoke onto short. Fault line over onto spawn side. Potter feeling in a man disadvantage situation. He's got to take matters into his own hands. There's the From the Shadows to clear out the site. Chintu's made his way on over there. Dark cover goes into spawn side. Potter, relay bolt forward, fast lane up, but pulling out the rifle a little bit slowly. Still able to get a lot of damage done here. 123 in a one-on-one, Mitch.
Is he going to be able to connect the shot? No way! Of all decisions to be made, Mitch, it's like the rest of my team has fallen to a running and gunning Neon. I'm just going to pull out the sidearm and run straight for it. Cheeky little right click with the classic to get the round done. That was chaos. I just very quickly want to sort of say how well 123 just bound their time, like stuck in elbow, right? But Full Sense felt like they had to keep pressuring and making decisions, and they just got picked off one by one by one. And in the end, you know, they have to go for this crazy 2-on-4 that just doesn't go their way.
Yeah, I think Alert overcooking things a little bit. He's playing very confidently because he's feeling sharp. This is the change up for Full Sense on the half-by though. Overdrive comes out. Potter straight down tiles. Fault line and Cage, the only thing he's got to stare at there. 123 complete disengage and start to speed up towards the B site now.
Ooh, and they are looking for it too as well. Decoy actually going to call it though. So the pace looks like it's about to be picked up. They pulled that rotate very aggressively over from Full Sense, knowing that they are going to be able to play the slight disadvantage, and they just wander back into main. They can just park the time, and they don't have to over-aggress just yet.
Yeah, it honestly reminds me of, you know, how you see a lot of Mongolian teams playing in other TAC FPSs. They're taking their time. They're not overcooking it. They're not sending it in. It's a bit of a slower play style, which here in the Southeast Asian region, you know, you get all kinds of styles. A lot of them can be a little bit faster, a little bit balls to the wall sometimes. Decoy spotted out by the drone. Hasn't seen anybody else in B main there. It's a full stack over towards the B side here from Full Sense. Sushi Boys posted up at 123. He's pretty sharp today. There's a reason why this team's named after him, Mitch.
Yeah. All great people get things
30
named after
seconds
them, and
left.
clearly this man on the Cypher, Sir Hatman. Now, where are they going to go with this? It definitely is going to be that A, so they've had another good read here. Trying to get all of that additional control out now. Going to be a full 5-on-5 retake, and they're just leaving 123 on this lurk. So Spike's going to be planted. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath on this retake.
Yeah, they're really fire banning it right now, you know. No lurks on the extremities. Everyone through top mid. 123 to take another duel here. That's his second from the round. One more for a Neural Theft. Gets caught by the relay bolt. Beautiful shot from Potter. He's picked up an operator now, and he's giving them some problems, but he's overcooked it a little bit. Couple of guns taken away from 123, but nothing to write home about. 123 now up 5-4 on Sunset. It's a pretty nice looking attacking side so far for Full Sense. They're going to take a timeout here. Op comes back out for Potter. And they got to decide how they're going to start to deal with this. A lot of role changes in Full Sense. Another one worth mentioning, Sushi Boys was on the Senti for Jakarta. I know he was playing a little bit of this and that before that, though. In that last chance qualifier for Ascension, I saw him on the Flash in it a little bit, playing KO, things like that. So, you know, he's a bit more flexible with his role, but when I think of Sushi Boys at his best, you know, I'm used to seeing him on the Senti role, playing, you know, the KJ and the Cypher, and he was one of the better players at Jakarta. So even him, at least here on Sunset, shifting up his role for this Full Sense roster. A lot of things in transition. And we talked a little bit about some of the support staff here for Full Sense. Who's in the coach slot today? Is that CBBK or is that someone else right now?
Trying to work it out. It definitely doesn't look like Fee, so maybe it is CBBK on a day like today. So yeah, I don't know. It's just been an interesting one where, like, a team, you know, with so much individual talent on it, obviously taking those changes, like 2 players coming over from Xersha, a team that was actually duking it out very well with Full Sense, is always a question mark there. You know, what was the decision making behind that? Things along those lines. So I don't know. They're just in a really weird kind of testing period, I suppose, Full Sense, and we'll just have to see if the roles stick.
They are, and that's something, as far as I'm concerned, that 123 can take advantage of. They're a team that's been grinding for a little while. Like I said, there haven't been pushovers in Taiwan, Hong Kong, playing Oblivion Force, who were the reps over in Ascension, but also one team who's been dominating the Taiwan Hong Kong team for the scene for the last couple of years, playing both of those teams pretty close in a lot of these maps. So this is not a a bad team by any stretch, despite the fact that they've come up through Premier. Decoy, aggressive opping on that attacking side, looking for openers. Given a couple of opportunities, couple of very close shots onto Leviathan, but doesn't capitalize. And after a lot of pressure in the middle of the map, 123 going to go back towards this B side.
A little bit of time down. Try to make Full Sense think a little bit harder. Elbow position from John Olsen. Again, playing mainly towards A. He's got a pretty good, solid setup. Now they're going to try and pick up the pace here, Mitch. Already looking to clear through, getting that
30 seconds left.
looking to take that control, but again, information gathered. John Olsen, a little bit scrappy. Does connect on the shot now. Alert's there as well. That is going to be a TP up on towards the side. Alert gets a second. That's almost job done though, Mitch. 3 versus 2. Now up into the cover.
Taken out.
Releasing it at the wrong time. No, B is going to be able to take this as well. So all of a sudden, it looked like it was a really solid hold. And now the Rolling Thunder's going to be used to try and 100% this round. But he hits the shot. Now Potter. Oh man, that round. Despite actually winning and succeeding, it was a little bit all over the shop. I can't believe that had to go down to the 1v1 there.
Yeah, a little too close for comfort. It's going to take a toll on Full Sense's economy as well. Good opener for John Olsen. It started so well, right? That started as, what, a 5-on-3, and 1-2-3 fighting their way through that situation the whole way through, forcing out the Rolling Thunder from Sushi Boys for Full Sense to be able to secure that round. Hunter's Fury up now, op retained for Full Sense. And as we head into round number 11 here, do have some reset potential for both teams. Could be a bit of a swing round to get us a 7-5 at the end of things. Drone cleared by Potter early on. They know that the Neon Op's on that side of the map, but this is the strength of the Neon. You're already seeing movements across the map. He can reposition elsewhere and go look for a duel somewhere else. 1-2-3 getting ready to take elbow here. You can see the fault line already being prepped by Answers. Walking up, Cam's on short side. No contact made though. Drones cleared middle from Full Sense. No pressure or noise over at B main. They got to start to get fishy. This is going to be an A ending, and Alert's already ready and prepped with his Hunter's Fury open short side.
Similar sort of round this time though. It's going to be the tripwire inside elbow. And a lot of utility being extended. John Olsen actually will manage to get away from that Rolling Thunder there, so he's got to be pretty comfortable. Site can be taken. They can settle for the post plant now, just retaking the 5-on-4.
The cam's there for John Olsen though. They can just pop the cam and they know exactly the entire team is. Hunter's Fury comes on through. Aftershock onto Chintu. In goes the neural theft from both their teams there, I think. 1-2-3. Oh, how have they fought this one all the way back? Flashpoint on through. Wide swing from the Cypher. Punished by Alert into a winnable 1-on-2 now. Answer's going to go for a reposition over towards short.
I like the reposition. Making sure that he's there to support his boy, and with that spike just ticking lower and lower, and obviously a player like Decoy is so confident to swing, he actually looks to reposition around the default box. But again, I just don't think there's a way inside this round. Somehow, some way, Full Sense, despite having these fantastic starts, they drop the ball, and 1-2-3 are taking advantage every time.
I'd agree with that. Like you said, man advantages in multiple situations. The same side of the map as well. Huge Hunter's Fury comes through. They even get a kill with an Aftershock, but they can't put the pieces together after that. And like I said, that was a pretty big swing round for 1-2-3 to win. You see the results of that on Full Sense's economy. Very lackluster buy to close things out here. Down to Sheriffs to try to fight for round number 12 with only Potters being able to get a rifle here. If he can get a kill though, the overdrive will be up and he can maybe juggle that Vandal over to someone else. 1-2-3 though, trying to punish that pickup of the orb. It gets hacked by Potter and he can't make it out. That's going to be the Vandal hitting the deck. Recovered though by Sushi Boys. But once again, 1-2-3 quite happy with that opening pick and quite happy to slow things down.
And the information's going to be gathered.
Oh!
Second with some really crispy shots there. Leviathan, John Olsen gone down. No more utility on B. This is basically round done. Last round of the half. They've got to give it a crack anyway. But man, I'm really impressed by what 1-2-3 are throwing out right now, mid.
Spike planted.
Gonna try and walk their way through main and go all the way around, but there's just such a long way to pick up.
It's just great structure. Like you said, Full Sense completely out of position. Trips being cleared. They've got to make their way through the bloody market door as well. And there's 5 players all playing from CT. flipping the map quite nicely here.
enemy
Going to be
remaining.
very hard to get back into the full sense. They're getting wrapped on in middle as well. Alert's going to take one with him, but that's going to be it. 7-5 there. Really nice stuff on Sunset here. Could
Switching
be the
sides.
start of a bit of an upset brewing, perhaps.
We are so back, and it's 7-5 half, as you mentioned. Pilski 1-2-3 that are capitalizing on some really solid advantages. They're reading full sense well, and I'm going to be on the defender's side this time.
Go, go, go!
Yeah. It's going to be 2-3 here for full sense.
I'm outta
They
here.
are going to disregard that one way and take full control up here in elbow. Potter's been chopped off courtesy of that dart from Alert. Now breaking the door, working the map quite nicely. Full sense putting pressure on the middle of the map with that dart cover. Going to prompt a little bit of a rotation from 1-2-3, who were quite heavily stacked towards B. Playing full retake A.
Spike drop.
And full sense going to take all of this space for free. There is just a singular trip, but no one's even going to be able to capitalize off of that. You can see the ping coming through from full sense. That's where they expect the Cypher to be playing retake. But they're not even going to catch the Cypher there. You see, this is going to be just a full-on 5-on-5 retake, and that's where I look at 1-2-3. Hold on.
Yeah.
He's headed back over here. Might be able to catch the Neon. Or it's a one-way, though. You can't be peeking into that.
At least he gets some info off the back of the trip, but by fighting the shots, yeah, you're exactly right. You know, giving your position away makes it a bit dangerous.
He popped the cage to try to get the pick, so he did give himself a little bit of cover, but still couldn't capitalize.
Right
The
there.
utility's going to start to come out. Fault line being ready to rip. They're just buying that time, seeing if there's another pick around the bend, but the one-way's there. Decoy in the middle box. John Olsen gets another, takes down that
enemy
pesky
remaining.
duelist, and this has been a brilliant round here from Full Sense. So clean, only losing the one single member. Chintu gets Leviathan, but overall, that is a much nicer looking round there from Full Sense, Mitch.
100%. They worked the map beautifully, kept the rotations really honest, walked into that A site for free, punished the Cypher on the retake position, and the way they wrapped around short there was beautiful. You know, you saw that follow-up dark cover in between the site box and the side of elbow there. Being able to wrap through on short side and having all of that control gives you a huge crossfire between elbow and short that is just impossible to retake through CT on that. So very clean, convincing looking pistol here for Full Sense. Keeping things nice and close as they go into the anti-eco. Big walk on through middle. Spotting one out on market. Did not see decoy on the cross there. So that's going to be an opening pick courtesy of 1-2-3. And Full Sense going to now try to follow the drone into B.
Might look like DK, the Drift King at this point in time. Another shot from 1-2-3 as well. These Sheriffs definitely yeehaw, and well done. Site cleared now. Already trying to get that additional bit of control. Decoy slipping back too. Sushi Boy's not quite able to connect, and that's a fault line that makes it really dangerous. Decoy's completely got him trapped in, and their backs are really up against the wall right now. Potter is going to have to try and do so much. He's got the second. Awesome relay bolt here, Mitch. A third from Potter. They recover so nicely. Back to the 2-on-1. 1-2-3 does clear out. Does he connect with the line? He does, but it's Potter. That round was absolutely beautiful from 1-2-3, but unfortunately, it's just one pesky Neon between them and a complete pistol round win.
So much damage done, though. That was a beautiful
Double-
relay bolt up
double
over
bolt.
the top.
Remaining.
Yeah, honestly,
Player standing.
you don't even see it coming in because it's landing above your head. Very nice stuff there from Potter to keep them alive. Shouldn't have been necessary, though, and you see the effects of that on the economy in Full Sense. Timeout from 1-2-3. This is where they recognize they have a chance to start the front run in this half, not only by dealing with the bonus round pretty cleanly, but they can win the follow-up gun round nicely. That'll be fantastic for them too, so let's see what they have prepped here. Nice to see. I mean, looking at the camps here, it looks like the majority of the boys playing at boot camp here, which is what you often see from a lot of these Mongolian teams. And it's why you see the Mongolian scene in general in TAC FPS be super strong. Yeah, you have these guys grinding, and it's great to see it in Valorant as well.
super supportive ecosystem over there, right? You know, that's kind of where we see that talent, like for a very long period of time. It's even, you know, predating Valorant. We obviously saw China as a very strong region and Korea once upon a time. And, you know, now as we move into the world of Valorant, obviously it's no real sort of different story, but Mongolia is also sort of picking up and joining the fray too. So, I don't know, it's just a very, very rich region, Southeast Asia of talent, and we're getting to see it all here in SEA. But yeah, as you mentioned, Full Sense economy's weakened, and Alert and Potter, the newest additions, actually carrying the team at the moment too.
All picked up by Decoy. Getting himself closer to min-maxing an overdrive over the next couple of rounds. One of the most powerful ults in the game right now. Can definitely flip around on its head, especially on a half buy, something like that. A main retake being prepped here by Full Sense off the back of the drone. Reactive utility ready there from Answers. Hasn't got the fault line good to go, but ready with the flashpoint. Drone going forward. Decoy getting fault line off the line though, and isolated. Potter diving into elbow and picking up Answers here. That exchange has not gone well for 1-2-3 early on.
Serious heavy lifting from Potter now, right? And he even gets that additional information onto Decoy. Drops him down to 85, and got a bit of extra support from Chintu, but I think, you know, Full Sense, they're going to be happy with that and just walk out.
Yeah, Decoy wanting to re-clear elbow, wanting to try to figure out what's going on, because this anti-bonus has not started well for 1-2-3. They need to cut some corners. Nice stuff from Decoy, clearing all of elbow, taking back all of that A space, and this is allowing a massive stack to come on through towards this B site. 3 players here, ready to hold. Dark cover timing's beautiful as well. Paranoias should be there. Indeed it is from Chintu. He's got it prepped and ready.
Already picking up Potter as well, so it's an awesome response. Every single player here, but he gets another. John Olsen with 1 and 2 though. The round's still yet to be completed. Alert hits another shot as well, and it's all onto Decoy, who was that low. Clearing out elbow. Remaining. John Olsen gets a little bit too excited through that dark cover. Now making plenty of audio cues here, just trying to fake it out with that foot down. Just nice and slow through Boba. Has to cross his eyes, whatever you want to call it. And Alert is just playing absolutely so patiently. This man could be absolutely everywhere. Now he's faking it out, but he doesn't quite look, and he does miss that. Alert, he's closed out the round, and that is enough for Full Sense to pick up one that you would not have expected coming out of that bonus.
Yo, there's a box there. What? And sitting behind it. Oh, I mean, it was a good effort. It didn't start well. It was really, really nice exchange in the favor of Full Sense over on that A side of the map, and I think that's what wins them the round there. It takes so long for 1-2-3 to go back and re-clear elbow. And although they did have 3 players ready to hold on B there, you know, the 5-on-3 doesn't go well enough for 1-2-3. It's not a complete shutdown, despite a really good paranoia timing. A dart there. Here's a main control in the favor of 1-2-3. Decoy creeping up on the line behind the dark cover with the Bucky. All picked up by Answers, getting himself closer to that Rolling Thunder. But Full Sense not in a rush to be going anywhere so far. Overdrive's online for Decoy as well heading into this round, so that could be something he could pop. And like I said, this can be an ult that's a massive difference maker on these half buys.
Single flash to force them away. They're happy with their little look in, and then they can get straight back towards the site there. So once again, it's just about being a little happy with what information they've gathered over towards A. Now reaggressing to sit back into B here. Getting ready to rock and roll now. Full Sense utility does come out. Information already gathered. Potter straight on in. Going to be able to get it nicely. Just the utility that came out to allow that positioning, Mitch, was fantastic from Full Sense. Now the spike gets planted.
That's perfect. Drone over on A, keeps 1-2-3 invested and interested. Now it's got to be a retake with lesser weaponry here. Cage gets popped to cycle the dark covers and keep 1-2-3 out for longer. Decoy's going to pop the overdrive and go straight through it with the relay bolt, but Leviathan is ripping them apart in the meanwhile. Numbers really dwindling at this point for 1-2-3. Overdrive's out for Potter as well, and despite a couple of kills, Full Sense still going to shut that retake attempt down.
Yeah, pretty bold attempt there, I feel, from Decoy, right? He's showing some really good signs, but also getting baited into some moments where maybe the ultimate wasn't overly necessary. I suppose, you know, at the end of the day, got to give it a crack. You got the Vandals coming into this round, so it's A-okay. But no, I don't know. Full Sense have definitely seemed to pull the pieces together into this attacking side now, Mitch. They seem way more confident. They're definitely 100%ing these rounds, moving as a 5, very similar to what 1-2-3 were doing in the previous half as well.
Big fight over mid on the cards here. Setups there for 1-2-3. Cam gets dealt with early on, and even just the cam there is enough to keep 1-2-3 guessing here. You can see Full Sense once again trying to set up some util to push this A line away for 1-2-3. Bringing Alert over as well to drone up onto the line. They've got that reactive breach utility with the fault line. John Olsen's tucked himself nice and comfortably into middle. So he's going to sit there on the statue. 1-2-3 playing quite hands-off in A main here, and you can see no sound cues being made by Full Sense. The fault line gets adjusted over through onto elbow side. And Full Sense working their way up.
Got a lot to answer for here. Inside elbow. Both just tucked in. Waiting to make sure it all happens. But just, what do you even do there in that clear? Now Decoy gets the relay bolt out. At least he's still alive. But look how quickly Potter's going to be into position. Sliding on in. The high gear absolutely working out for him. They've cleared away B. He has to run out now in towards CT. Will be another, but John Olsen finds him through the dark cover. Chintu at least will get the trade, but still a 2 versus 4. It's such a tough prospect to go in. Leviathan up high. Sushi Boy's down low, and unfortunately 1-2-3, you're not going to be able to go. 4 versus 1 for Chintu. I think they're just ready to clear out that side. Potter keen for a third, but it's going to be Alert again. And Mitch, I don't know, man. These two coming in from Xerxia. Again, obviously, you know, hot prospects. We understand how good these players have been individually for a long, long time. But 17-10, 20-10, certainly not something to turn a nose up against.
Yeah, getting into the top 2 couple of teams. Although, to be fair, Xerxia have shown the tendency to play Full Sense or Myth close on some maps. But, you know, not necessarily beating them all the time. Things going a little bit more back and forth in the Thai scene, particularly towards the end of the year. But I think most people would agree that Myth and Full Sense is the main rivalry people have their eyes on.
Oh, yeah.
That was just another perfect round from Full Sense, honestly. Opening pick from Potter was fantastic, and then just the utility to isolate Decoy after the relay bolt exchange was perfect. He gets hit by a fault line and a paranoia. Absolutely nothing he could do on the side there. Anti-Eco is another slow approach here. This time, Full Sense going to go for a little bit of a dry peek instead of going with the drone. There's so many players here for 1-2-3 though. 4 players in position. Relay bolts go awry, but Leviathan still gets a pick somehow.
Man, Decoy's playing a whole different game. The man's just b-hopping his way around. And Sushi Boys has completely denied both of them there. I mean, look, lesser weaponry, bit of a different approach, but that utility just seemed a little bit scrappy from 1-2-3 there. A couple of mistakes, not really able to connect, and as a result, you know, Full Sense just has complete free real estate over towards that site, forcing him through the dark cover here. Ants is just sort of sitting, waiting. But Leviathan's got absolutely everything. A couple of whiff shots there. Will be a recovered Vandal now, but John Olsen can pick up the pieces, and if Answers can at least get one more, that's not exactly a horrible result. He's got a Vandal. He's just going to save it into the next round. But that's 11 for Full Sense now, Mitch, and they have well and truly put their foot down. And, you know, the confidence hasn't been really faltered at all. They haven't had a single defensive-sided round, Team 1-2-3 yet.
No, they haven't. And it's been courtesy of Full Sense playing some excellent attacking side of Sunset, particularly this A main exchange. They keep coming out ahead of it time and time again, and it comes down to just the Full Sense players, Sushi Boys and Leviathan in particular, as well as Potter on the entries and the relay bolts. The reactive utility has been really, really good from Full Sense, and that's one thing that you really need to keep your eye on when you're working the map on Sunset, you know, especially in a mirror matchup like this, where you are playing these breach comps. You know, the defensive team, yeah, with the Cypher has all these trap plays, have all these plays where they can get the one-ways down, they can have the fault lines in these choke points and try to catch you with your pants down, but that's where, on the attacking side, you have these same characters. If your reactive utility is on point, you can completely disengage, you can even punish these defensive-sided teams out of position, which you've seen time and time again from Full Sense, just using their utility perfectly, so that's what really has kind of been a bit of a difference maker so far. It's not even like 1-2-3 doesn't know exactly what's happening sometimes. It just feels like they're getting outplayed by the util usage from Full Sense.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Pilski. Full Sense really shot years and years of experience across titles. But now, main control gathered. Pretty happy to just chill out for a little bit longer as well. You know, it's been a pretty aggressive rotate here from 1-2-3.
Yeah, I mean, B main control. This is Full Sense just changing things up, running a bit of a different default. Dropping off Potter inside of B main. They've previously been working the A side of the map very heavily. Now going to work things back to front. Clear out B main. Put a lot of pressure on over there. Drop off Leviathan inside middle. And now go back and work this A side of the map. Drone up over onto A to re-clear all of these lines. This is, you know, something that Heretics really popularized with this overcomp back in the day. And still continue to, you know, have a really, really good record on this map last year. Or this year, rather. Just the drone pressure that you get from the Sova. And now you have the whole map as Full Sense. They've got elbow, B main, and the middle of the map right now. They just need to find the right
30
call.
seconds left.
There they are.
Some would say for free, but they're going to have to work for it.
Go, go, go.
Can't cover to go down to isolate off market. But yeah, look at John Olsen's position right now. He's just going to make sure he clears that spawn position now. Answers up very close. Could very well turn the round. And there it is. Now he's got the Rolling Thunder exactly right. Can pop it
10
on
seconds
towards
left.
the site. They're going to be a denial of service here. Does catch one. Leviathan able to use that Shrouded Step to get
They're
back
not
into
planting.
position.
They got no time.
They're just going to have to sit in elbow and let the world run around them, I think. Yeah, that's a bit of a blunder there from Full Sense. First defensive side of round for Team 123.
Yeah. And look, I would say you're going to love this cooking analogy, Mitch. They
Please, hit me with
completely
it.
overworked the dough, mate, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they just spent way too long just rolling out the dough, working it into the bench over and over again. They spent 2 hours doing that. They've thrown it in the oven. That thing has come out tough as hell, absolutely inedible. They've just absolutely overcooked that one.
Damn.
Couldn't quite put the pieces together after doing so much due diligence in the early to mid-round working the map. They just couldn't get the execute off. Key kill timing there from Answers has to be said with the Rolling Thunder. And now Full Sense going to try to simplify it.
If they go too fast, the source could split. And that's not what you want to see. Similar approach to what we saw in that previous round, but this time around, also mid rotations very much different here from Team 123. Hasn't spotted out John Olsen. Now's that fault line, fast lane comes out. Potter's going to be able to get in towards position and actually get. But look at John Olsen here. Does he want to try and break through? It's an awkward little line right now. There's just so much pressure on this retake here because all he needs to do, Mitch, is just and now it starts to get moving. Now that Alert gets another. Now the information off the back of the drill theft as well. And they're just going to slide on in to that side. And again, 1, 2, 3. Managed to find 2 and take them with him, but Leviathan to close. And Full Sense looking way more confident this time around. John Olsen's positioning did it all.
Yeah, it's just beautiful from Full Sense. One ult to open it up, one ult to close the round down. Rolling Thunder gives them full control of the site, and then you just get that immediate Hunter's Fury. As soon as that initial wave of util comes in for 1, 2, 3 to try to get back into the site, it's a Hunter's Fury across the market stairs and spawn side. John Olsen coming out behind, you know, that very loud voice line and just slipping into market, getting a free kill. And the neural theft just shuts that round down completely. Team 1, 2, 3 now. 1 round away from losing this opening map. It is their pick as well, so it would have been a bit of a missed opportunity. Shock Dart goes forward, trying to clear a trip that's not there. See Full Sense waiting in the wings. Out comes the relay bolt off the back of that drone, and once again, it's just perfect reactive utility, punishing the over-aggression there from Decoy and giving Full Sense the 2-man advantage. Perfect peek from Alert. Answers next up, at least takes one with him and will get out scot-free courtesy of the flashpoint. But Full Sense in the meanwhile have had John Olsen once again just walk out the other side of the map for free.
I'm feeling for Decoy, hey, you know, he's really super keen to try and take those early initiative duels, and he's just getting punished every single time in this half at the very least. He had some success in the previous, but now it's on to Chinsu. The flash does actually go through, so it connects with him, and that's going to be another frag found, so it's all left on to 1, 2, 3 and Answers, but Leviathan quick him. A long rotation in from bottom mid here now as he's going to have to head through market. He gives away that information to Olsen, and now with that fault line going in, I think John Olsen's going to be able to close this one out, but it is the overdrive from... There we go, Pilski, Full Sense. Look at him as well. They're up and about, Alert's jumping in, and it is EBBK, our boy in that...
The pool in the current Neon meta, it's going to change things a little bit. And like I said, You are seeing the double duelist here. It seems like John Olsen's taking his role as Sentinel and Controller Flex pretty seriously here. Sushi Boys, I think, is going to be very comfortable on something like an Astra, particularly moving on to the defensive side. That could be a bit of a pseudo Senti in itself, the way you play that, anchoring some of the sites. Early on here, though, Viper Wall invested across A main, and we do have, what is this, like 7 players on this side of the map ready to kind of fight for A main early on.
Crazy thing about Valorant, Mitch, you know, when there's these changes and as more and more agents come out and the maps sort of change up and there's going to be bans and stuff in the future, it just keeps it so fresh, right? But there's Decoy already being tagged up by the relay bolt, but he does get one. This guy, so aggressive, straight up the guts there, will be taken down to 10 HP as, unfortunately for him, John Olsen and Sushi Boys will pick up a couple of players, and that's going to be the B site completely taken. Decoy also falling down. Leviathan looking for another. Gets the dink onto Answers. B, though, does get dropped and found. In the end, John Olsen will pick that one back up, but 3 alive for Full Sense, and a little bit of a scrappy start, and I feel like maybe, you know, Decoy got a little bit too excited, but well traded out from Full Sense nonetheless.
Yeah, I think for Full Sense, you know, they were just running a bit of a 2-3. As for Team 1-2-3, to be fair, they had both the Cypher and the Omen in middle, and they both lost their duels with John Olsen and Sushi Boys, who were working straight up the guts there, while the rest of Full Sense were trading back and forth with the 1-2-3 players in A main. I didn't mind the aggression going forward. They were trying to isolate that player left behind on the lurk to pick up Leviathan there, but that's when Leviathan will take full advantage. Man's mechanics are insane, as we saw over in Jakarta, so now you're going to get to see him play one of the most busted mechanical agents in the game. If you have got good mechanics, good movement and aim, then you're going to be very annoying to play against on the Neon.
And events and the regional events, as you mentioned, is where so many things happen. But that round is done and dusted. It's been reset. It's been restarted. And it's going to be a straight rip out as Decoy is just going to do that. Yep, exactly. Yep. He's almost getting a second as well, but Potter's going to be able to take him down. So it's a great flash in as well. 1-2-3. Answers getting the job done. Sushi Boys lucky to be alive. Does get some further damage, but yeah, the script didn't have that in it, I don't think, Mitch.
Look, that's happened to me so many times in ranked lately that I'm not even surprised. I've been shotgunned by so many Neons. Danby has inspired a generation of absolute gremlins playing that character right now in the Radiant lobby. So not even that surprised to see that happen. What I will say is, look, I'm not gonna say anything untoward here, Mitch, but what I will say is we did have a reset and Full Sense did take B main control before, and then we've just seen that happen. Take that for what you will. Decoy gonna find the opener as well, punishing Leviathan early on here, and what was, you know, what could have, would have, should have is now 1-2-3, winning an eco round and getting through this anti-eco very, very cleanly. This, you know, could have been a fantastic start after the pistol for Full Sense, but now we're looking at a completely different game, Mitch.
Great shots as well. Being able to keep that control. It's always funny talking about the Neon as well, you know, just going back to when the agent first came out and it wasn't sort of really loved that much, and now it just seems to be an absolute staple. Taking over the Rays, taking over the Jet. But anyway, that's by the by. It is here to stay for now until some crazy nerf or change comes throughout in the future. But for the time being, it is going to be a second round for Team 1-2-3, and I think, you know, Full Sense probably used that time to ponder pretty firmly. Now, effectively, this is going to be the first gun round coming in. Really good start as a response there from Team 1-2-3. You know, this map not going to... Well, it's going to just be time to tell, I suppose, whether or not it's hyper-aggressive on that attacking side or if it's going to be more defensive-sided compared to how it used to be played. But looks like there will be a little cheeky timeout as well for this point in time. We'll find out what that's about in just a second.
Yeah, I'd say probably still ironing out a few more issues. Bit of a pause at 5 here. Fantastic start for Team 1-2-3 though. Like I said, winning that eco round in round 2 and then a very clean anti-eco in round 3. That's a huge economy swing, and you see the effects of that on the economies of either teams here. 2+K. 3+K almost on all of these players on Team 1-2-3. Heading into round 4 of the game, that's about as good as your economy can look after you've lost pistol. For Full Sense, down to a lot of light armors here, skipping a couple of pieces of util here and there. Star will be recalled over on B main, 1-2-3. Playing aggressive once again.
Ooh.
This man loves a bit of a dry peek on the Senti roll, and Full Sense have fully punished that. Forward goes that fast lane, relay bolt in towards Hell. And you can see Chintu getting isolated here. Leviathan picks him up quite easily, and it's a double entry to open up this first gun round for Full Sense.
Look at John Olsen's positioning as well, coming up mid. It's not really going to be too well needed, though. Decoy does manage to make quick work of him, so the round's not exactly done just yet. He's got a lot to overwhelm here, as we will see the Nebula go up in heaven, giving that additional time.
Last player
He's trying to flash out now, giving a little bit of space for Decoy, but he's punished immediately. There was members everywhere. Still had Leviathan at the bottom of heaven there anyway. So Answer's just going to have to run away, try and save this weapon into the next round, Mitch. But a great response there from Full Sense. I think 1-2-3, yeah, definitely biting off a little bit too much there. I think he tried to get in early off that Nebula, but didn't quite work out for him.
Yeah, I think it's just one of those cases where you're trying to make a bit of a hard read, and you're trying to make a bit of a hero play, maybe in an underdog matchup, like being hyper aggressive on the Cypher there. You know, as far as the agent goes, as far as the play itself goes, it's not a terrible play to go aggressive and take a dry peek towards B main. But what you'd much rather see is have the Cypher set up on A and just put a different agent in that position, and just have the strong side be towards B or something like that. You don't need your Sentinel dry peeking 5 seconds into the round and dying, because it's going to create so many leaks all over the map. Instead of having that solid anchor that you can rely upon, instead it's just going to be spaghetti everywhere. 1-1-3 here for 1-2-3. So they're going to play heavily towards A main, maybe try to isolate the lurk from the attacking side over there. A little bit of pressure towards B main early here from Full Sense. Prowler dodged by John Olsen. He can hear all of this utility, all of these steps over here. Wasn't quite ready for Decoy to be sliding at him with a Bucky, though. Probably should have learned that from the last time. Over here towards B heaven, though. Full Sense are trying to shove their way through and kick off this B split.
Camera taken out.
Good information from 1-2-3 as well. That's a great spy cam, and now as he tries to get the cage down, Potter's going to punish, and he doesn't over-aggress either. Doesn't push too far through. Chintu now looking to get onto that line in towards CT, but as that spike gets planted, they are well and truly ready for this. I think it is going to be a pretty quick pickup from Decoy here. He's very low, so he's going to have to try and take advantage of it. Paranoia is ready to be popped here. Just getting in towards this heaven position now, but Leviathan's position can't really be overlooked at this point in time. Great clear from Chintu. Now we are going to be looking to see this team get in here. Leviathan also cleared. B takes him down, and Decoy as well. All on the Sushi Boys now, and there's just nothing he can do there inside the 1v4. Great reaction, great response, and great read from Team 1-2-3 there, Mitch. They secure the third round, take the lead back.
Yeah, the pacing on that retake was perfect. Just working their way through B heaven, collapsing in through spawn side. It was a perfect kill from that player coming in through CT as well. That one tap over on Potter towards Rafter was the key kill there. If he gets killed in the favor of Full Sense there, you're playing a 3-on-5 against Raze that just got a showstopper online. There's no way you're making that retake work. So very, very nice key kill coming in from Team 1-2-3, and great pacing wrapping in through B side. Now they're going to once again swap things up. B main going to be a huge point of contest in this round from both teams. Decoy biding his time. Bit of spam coming in from Full Sense. Waiting with the reactive utility is Answers. The fault line being prepped here. B's right there as well. And Full Sense not feeling like they need to force the issue too much here. It looks like it's just going to be alert. Maybe throw out the dog. Apply a little bit of pressure while the rest of Full Sense work the ball.
Some dog v dog action there. The Prowler also forcing away. So just getting the early information mid-press now. Chintu's got the line. Dark Cover's going to fade in just a second. But it's actually going to be go for this very quickly, and he's managed to get out here. Potter's gone a whole long way in, but John Olsen gets a bit of an advantage there off the back of it. So by fearing off one, does capitalize on the second. 1-2-3 now in position. Leviathan gets another, gets information, but Potter... Fortunately, John Olsen looking the other way, but the trade does come through. Now B trying to get into that position nice and early, but it's going to be the immediate save call. And once again, this, you know, bit of a different style of pace for Full Set approach. Just popping that ultimate enough to force that duel is awesome. And the scoreline will continue to be this little game of cat and mouse, Mitch.
Yeah, they're just reading the game really well. Like, they recognize that that B site is the strong side of the map. just the Trailblazer to be able to scout out what the setup is. They see the Prowler and the Neon over on the B side of the map. John Olsen has walked his way up a ramp, recognizing that there's no A pressure over there. They know that that's probably the Senti side of the map with the Cypher setup, and then they're going to shove through the middle of the map with the Showstopper, which unfortunately just pushes Chintu straight into John Olsen, who gets a freebie there. And after the smokes hit the deck, things just continue to collapse, unfortunately, for Team 123. So they're going to save 2 rifles. Put a buy together in the next round. Overdrive's ready to go, as is the Nightfall. So they got a couple of big ults ready to go here, but so can be said for full sets. One off the pit, getting close to some Seekers as well. And Team 123 going to get take a timeout here. They've still got a pretty healthy economy behind them. Been pretty responsible with trying to conserve that as best they can. Full Sense have had a couple of good rounds in a row. They've also got a pretty good economy to work with. So we're just going to get gun rounds on gun rounds with a couple of ults mixed in over the next little bit. And Team 123 have got to try to figure out the pacing of this game. You know, I feel like Full Sense, they're reading the setups quite well. Yeah, very much mixing things up on the defensive side of things from Team 123. They're going from, you know, the B main being the strong side of the map to mixing up the Cypher over there. And it's something that Full Sense are able to read quite nicely. Would be nice to see maybe like the solo init, the fade or something like that, just apply a little bit of util pressure towards one side of the map and have like a trap in the middle of the map or something. Just change things up. Maybe put the Cypher trip in the middle of the map and play a trap around that. Right now it kind of feels very like played out and very obvious for Full Sense to kind of play around whatever the setup is for the defense.
Definitely right. Some of these individual duels is what 123 have kind of been getting away with, but you know, when it's come to that strategy side, Full Sense have been looking pretty good. It's Potter who's been finding some of these good moments here, getting all of this control, getting aggressive on that raise, and now it is that change of pace, Mitch. A little bit more of a hard focus in towards mid now, and just alert to little clear. Decoy though, he's actually going to get aggressive.
This is 123 recognizing that Full Sense have started every round with working B main and then coming back towards the middle of the map. So you could see Decoy felt like he had space. He was actually just trying to cross towards the double boxes and have that deep position in middle. There's the Trailblazer through B main as well, clearing everything out, spotting out the Omen, anchoring that B site. Full Sense creeping up close on the wall. The reactive utility was not ready. Neither was Decoy. Just gets his head banged off by Sushi Boys. And now a man disadvantage for 123 once again. Despite the change up in setup. Does seem like they're just coming out worse for wear time and time again. Full B main control's been taken here by Full Sense. Both the Sky and the Neon going to throw a little bit of a fake and try to pull some rotations with the Cosmic here. And look, absolutely nothing on that A site. Full Sense have got the A site for free here.
Love that. Just complete bait.
30 seconds left.
Still living as well. Alert's going to pull away. Because John Olsen, you know, he found the position as well. He managed to walk through the toxic screen, get a main for free. And now they're pulling all of those rotations. They are taking a hell of a lot of time to get it. It's going to allow for a very, very quick retake. Now the Nightfall coming out. John Olsen will get one, but Chintu, very nice on the trade. Trying to plant it, but Chintu, great shot, finds Alert. Now looking to get it. It'll be Potter and Sushi Boys, both the top fraggers on this one. Prowler, no info. Trying to clear from both sides now as they line up. They put this cross. It's going to be the fault line that catches as well. It's going to force them into position.
Player standing.
Has fight, but it's going to be Chintu again. All in towards elbow now. Just Sushi Boys onto the spike defuse. It is going to be the gravity well that does pull them off for a little bit longer, but how long? Not long is probably the answer, Mitch, as it is. They do line up, but it's Chintu. What a massive round for the Omen of 123.
Absolutely. The retakes have looked really clean here for 123, you know, despite the round not starting well for them, despite a fake that's been solved absolutely perfectly by Full Sense there. They still are able to come back in and make that retake work. Beautiful Nightfall to be able to isolate John Olsen over there on towards ramp side, clearing out the lurk nicely. So Team 123, one round away from resetting the economy, and Full Sense are going to try to pick up the pace towards A right off the bat here.
Now, full aggressive Decoy completely caught up and punished Leviathan. Rip. He works out well right now. B has to get out as well. The fast lane straight on in. Leviathan not hesitating in any way, shape, or form. Does have some position. B gets one, but traded out by Alert. And now they do try to continue forward as well. Overdrive rather from Leviathan. does get that position, and now it's just left onto Chintu and 1, 2, 3. Chintu's position is good, but again, you know, Sushi Boy's up very, very close. He can just hold this line. Doesn't have to peek any further. They've got the information. He's gonna get caught. Okay, maybe there's a second win
player
here
standing.
for 1, 2, 3, but Leviathan is gonna try and make quick work of it, and there's John Olsen as well. So the 1v3 doesn't quite work out for Chintu there, and another round goes the way of Full Sense. Very much getting their momentum back into the server now, Mitch.
Yeah, punishing Decoy again is something that they did very well on their attacking side of Sunset. Man really loves to just send it in, overcook things a little bit. I think in that case, you know, you look at it for what it is. You've seen a lot of slower rounds from Full Sets where they start off with the B main control, work their way back towards middle. A lot of the time, it's just John Olsen lurking outside the A side of the map, and they were very much trying to isolate that lurk. And again here, it seems like Team 1, 2, 3 on the half buy is trying to isolate the lurk of John Olsen. Dark cover comes through. A little bit of a trap in middle between the Omen and the Cypher, maybe with a little bit of a paranoia. Trying to make something work over there. Just get the toxic screen thrown up and down there by John Olsen. See if he can bait anything out. In comes the Trailblazer, trying to read the setup. You have the fault line coming through. Oh,
my
Decoy
God.
sliding on in. Almost takes two with him. You can see they were just looking for information. And that prompts the Neon to slide straight in. It's only a 1-for-1 though. And Full Sense recognizing, seeing both the Fade and the Breach utility and a Neon sliding into them, that A is probably the strong side of the map. And they should have a little bit more space over here towards B. And they're going to walk into a site for free once again. Big gun advantage. Should be able to close out this round nice and cleanly.
Spike planted.
Decoy really living up to his own name at this point in time, as they do get that mid control back. Alert seems to be very much aware of it as he moonwalks his way into B main.
Bring them down.
I mean, look, B, this is not exactly an unwinnable or unlosable round for either side. Gonna get that guiding light out, just trying to keep them, stem the bleeding off, and now's the position comes out heaven. They're looking the wrong way, and that's Chintu. B finding the frags. North F come out as well. 2 versus 2, back aside, making it a little bit awkward. That dark cover gonna make things rough as well, but Sushi Boy's Potter, they swing as a unit, and they're going to be able to find that 5th round for Full Sense. Taking the lead back for the first time since they won the pistol. And the momentum is behind them now, but it certainly hasn't been an easy venture.
I think, you know, looking at this game for what it is, it's Full Sense looking like the stronger team. They slowly but surely work their way back into this game despite the worst possible start, getting ecoed in round 2 and allowing a massive economy swing back over in towards the favor of the defensive side. They are still just winning gun rounds time and time again, closing them out with some good mid-round calling. 1-3-1 here from the defense. Full Sense consuming that male smoke. Fade out a little bit of a util. Prowler goes forward. There's the breach utility as well. Full Sense looking to try to disengage, and actually that dark cover allows Leviathan to get out. So after a lot of util investment from both teams, get a little bit of a stalemate here in the mid-round.
Just completely freezing the time now. John Olsen once more, just getting his position as best as he possibly can, finds the timing. Little warning shot onto B, but that doesn't mean that he can actually take anything off the back of it. It's going to be eyes onto Decoy here. Potter ripping the head off of B. It's already that early damage being done. Now Decoy has to fall off the line in Mail, and that means that they're heading down towards sewers, looking to try and capitalize on that control that's been found by John Olsen.
Yeah, you can see just off the middle of that, the early exchange in middle, that's where Full Sense takes the extremities. Both John Olsen taking that A side of the map, as well as the dog through from Alert. Across comes the Cosmic, trying to get into this A side. Trips are still up here for 1, 2, 3. Potter,
left.
another entry into the site. The trip activating, but unfortunately through the Cosmic, there's not too much that 1, 2, 3 can get done. As soon as he dives through it, John Olsen is going to punish him, and it's just down to Ansys and Decoy.
So hard as well from these positions. Decoy just trying to fake it out. The Cosmic Divide does fade away, but once again, it's Leviathan who's looking really, really good on this Neon. This role versatility from this roster of Full Sense is just so interesting. Like, again, it's trials, testing, tribulations, all of that and above for Full Sense right now. You know, the Thai side that's always kind of been contesting for that top, maybe overshadowed a little bit by Myth and formerly Xerxia. Really trying to find their footing here, Mitch. But 6 rounds, they are making a pretty good case for themselves into this map.
Yeah, I think, look, it's looking good right now against a team like 1, 2, 3, who, they're not bad. They've come up through Premier,
course.
They've been doing decently in Taiwan, Hong Kong, but it's not really the strongest of regions. So, look, it's a brand new roster. We've seen some interesting roles being picked up by them, but I'd love to see them tested against some more difficult opposition. Trailblazer through. Gonna scout out the trip inside A main. They know the Cypher's on this A side of the map, and the rest of the team's on this A side of the map as well. Sushi Boys sitting at the back side of B main, but full sense, they're gonna force their way out A main straight into a fault line. Potter diving into the site with the Leviathan, but Decoy's gonna just go straight through heaven.
Spike dropped, yeah. Now they're going to have to retry to get into position.
Last
Ansem
player
still has that
standing.
rolling thunder, Mitch, so there's certainly a worthwhile attempt. Now onto Sushi Boys in the 1v2. They've got that spike. They've got the Vandal. Now the Shrouded Step can get him into some safe passage as well. But look at this. I love this approach. Just falling back towards the end of the site, making sure that they clear out absolutely everything. We'll drop a star, and the trap wire's there as well, but he is going to look to clear here. 1, 2, 3. I don't think they're going to quite check it. There's the angle. One found, and the trap's gone too. 30 seconds.
30
he has enough
seconds
time
left.
to rotate around. He can do everything he wants here.
Just using the stars so well. Gonna throw up the smoke onto the spike and bait out the peak from the Cypher. Consuming over onto spawn side. Baiting the screens cross. Chintu, though, he's a little bit more switched on than 1, 2, 3 was. Another star out onto the side. Drop will
10
be heard by
seconds
Chintu, though. He's going to catch him in
Thrifty.
transition.
Yeah,
Once
well
again,
done.
Chintu is going to be the savior of Team 1, 2, 3. He's had a couple of big rounds here on
Last round
Split.
in the
That's going to
half.
be another one where at least he's going to get them a 5th round on the defensive side here, but they took a fair bit of damage there. Have to go down to a judge, but still able to pick up 4
10
rifles.
seconds left.
Unfortunately for Full Sense, though, that's going to be a thrifty win that goes against them. Do you have
little
a
rough.
couple? Yeah, I mean, they got a couple of ults heading into this round. They got the pit as well. Sushi Boys was thinking about buying himself an op, and in fact, he is going to hold on to the op and take it over towards middle, interestingly enough.
Heard famous things about the operator on the Astra, but even more famous about the Neon op, as that's the opener onto Leviathan, already damage dealt. And look at this position as well. They're already just trying to get up in towards it once again, you know, just leaving John Olsen for the lurk. And Antis is going to take him down this time. So I don't know, man. 1, 2, 3 really kind of got an understanding. It is late in the half, but at least they're getting something here. Sushi Boys does connect to 1, 2, 3 though. So it's moving in their way.
How many times has this man just died in the middle of the round or the early parts of the round, and now they have no trips? And you see the effects that that has on the rotations.
Careful
At least they've got this A info line. Alert one off his Seekers. You do have the showstopper there for Potter as well. Rolling Thunder could help 1, 2, 3 out with one of these retake situations. Are going to get the Nebula there to help Full Sense cross. Out comes the Seekers. Picked up from the A-Main org, I think, there from Alert. They're trying to read the rotations. In comes the showstopper. Gets legged through the box here. How is
1
Potter
HP.
still alive here, Mitch?
Oh my
30
god.
seconds left.
They're going
Super
big.
lucky. Yeah, they've got the information now. They know exactly where this is. I mean, Answer still has the Rolling Thunder, but if he gets into position now, Sushi Boys, he's going to find the timing. He's going to find the line. Drops his stars, trying to get it all. The relay bolt goes through, and is Sushi Boys going to be able to get
Spike
out?
planted.
Gravwell actually does catch, does get enough time. Look at Potter. His position now. 1 HP. Hearing all the footsteps. Sushi Boys gets the line. Hits another shot. Potter on the close. A chaotic round is where Full Sense thrive, and that will be a
Switching
7-5 half. The Thai side holding on to the advantage.
Player standing.
Nice little start there from Full Sense, but quickly denied by 1, 2, 3 as they dragged it back. But the momentum was brought back in by the Thai side of Full Sense with a little bit of chaos. Mentioned now as they set their sights on a B side, hit this pistol. Super important for the rest of the map.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Gonna take this B main control and use it as a launching pad to get straight into the B side. Sushi Boys says no thanks, want nothing to do with all that util. Gonna fall back in towards spawn side and prep for the rest of Full Sense to get organized for the retake.
Already utility starting to barrel down and information gathered. Decoy 1, Sushi
One
Boys
enemy
traded, but
remaining.
look at this from Full Sense. An absolute funneling on towards the side, a decimation. Not a single chance for 1, 2, 3 to hold on to that spike in the post plan. Full Sense were just straight in there and not allowing any additional time for a setup. So, good opportunity for Full Sense here to make their way towards closing this one out.
100%. They're on the verge of closing this game out pretty cleanly, 2-0, which I think, to be fair, was probably the expectation for these two teams given their level coming into this game. It's going to put Full Sense into the winners match here of Group 8 and knock down Team 123 to play for their lives if they go down on this game of split. Going to take an eco for the time being. Decoy gets the Bucky out, to no one's surprise. And look, I think Team 123 backs against the wall here. They've invested a fair bit on this eco round. Smoke goes across to Mail. Fault line in towards A main. Decoy already losing that shotgun battle with Leviathan. So that's not going to be a Bucky that he can take forward and try to use. They're going to lose a fair bit of entry potential as well. That's a bit miscellaneous, walking into A heaven like that. And Chintu's found a pick as well. These are the kind of plays that make you scratch your head a little bit for Full Sense sometimes. John Olsen is going to fall back into screen side, but there's a chance here for Team 123 now, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, only having the two ghosts. I mean, John Olsen at least has picked up another weapon now in the Guardian, but look at all this timing. I don't think John Olsen's going to be... Oh, God, that is so lucky. That is the most impossible timing, and you could even see, he goes, how the hell is he there? Now Anson's trying to run on in, tries to find John Olsen, but the first shot goes on through. Oh, man, this is getting scrappy. Me now faking it out, John Olsen. Oh, my, how's he hit that shot? Snakebite goes out, doesn't quite connect, but look, no, man, you know, BE has an opportunity here. He's going to get that spike planted. Snakebite does make it a little bit awkward, but they are starting to press the narrative now, forcing their way through, and he's going to be onto that line. Potter secures. Cash and next.
Thanks.
Cash and check, snapper next, whatever. You know, we go with it. 9 rounds for Full Sense.
Cashing next.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I said dotting T's and crossing I's earlier, so you know where my head's at today.
Yeah, I mean, that eco round is pretty much summarized by all of that. Those cooked phrases. That was just all over the place, honestly. Those are the kind of plays, yeah, Full Sense having a bit of a giggle. Ooh, almost lost that one. But look, CBBK's here to lay it down. Come on, boys. Let's keep the economy nice and strong and close this game out. Enough silly buggers for the time being. Full Sense. What they're going to prep and organize for themselves. Worth mentioning, they are playing the double duelists and no Senti for them. So, you know, they do have the double controller. You're going to have the anchoring come down to a lot of this Astra util here for Sushi Boys. But for the most part, similar to what we saw in the pistol, I expect Full Sense to be pushing and pulling a lot in the early to mid round, trying to find timings to take duels, and then if they end up in a post plan, I don't expect them to really try to hard anchor the site as much as try to rely on the double duelists and the Sky utility to be able to flood back in for some of these juicy retakes.
Lots to ponder as 123 need to take advantage of this round here as best as they possibly can. Full Sense walk away with this bonus. All of a sudden, you know, double digits, it really does start to get away from them. And, you know, 123, they don't want to squander this opportunity to be where they are and make it deeper inside this competition, Pilsky. So, an early start. Decoy already trying to take control of Mail, and my God, he is up into heaven immediately. Potter, the rest of the team, a lot of pressure on them, but look at this from the side, and now he's going to try and get on in. Gets the ding onto Chintu, but maybe overstays his welcome a little bit. Gets another response. B finds John Olsen in the process as well. Members are dropping like flies across all sides of the map.
Now 123 is going to activate over on the wing here. Rest of 123. Oh, I hate you guys for doing this to me. They've walked through vent and do have alert in the backside of the site here. He's being given a couple of stars by Sushi Boys. Good rotation timing from Potter, and Sushi Boys himself is in attack spawn. This round could get a little bit dicey here for 123 if they're not careful. There's a couple of targets that can definitely go against them, but those aren't those. Sushi Boys, last hope here for Full Sense to make something happen.
Spike planted.
See if he can take any guns away here from 123, make this a little bit more of an expensive round. He gets cleared by the eye and shut down by 123. 6-9 there. The Mongolian boys getting themselves rolling a little bit. Very, very clean anti-bonus. Now let's see what else they have for us on this attacking side of split.
Super difficult one for Alert there, you know, to be fighting that fight, sitting backside with a Guardian. He's having a bit of a rough game too. You know, you think about the performance that he put on Sunset and now swapping over Initiators onto Sky, and to To only be 4-9's a little bit of a roughie, but we're not going to count him out just yet. You know, it's always that team game, Mitch. And now with 1-2-3 fighting up against a full gun round, are they going to be able to continue this momentum on the attacker's side? It's a big mid-fight coming in just a sec. Once again, Decoy try and get up in towards that position, but he's tagged down very, very quickly here. Leviathan going to make quick work of him. It's traded out by BE, though, and John Olsen also getting another. So plenty of action happening in this position here, Mitch, so far. Now they can start to peel away, and they are going to be happy with that for Full Sense.
Yeah, Spike's been left in spawn as well. Got to go back for that at some point. 1-2-3 hanging around in mid like a bit of a bad smell, and Full Sense are very cottoned on to that. Retaking B main, they've cleared that part of the map, and they might even run into Chintu here in a minute. Pressure still being applied to the middle of the map, and John Olsen, he deals with pressure beautifully. He's put the ult up multiple times and cut that push in half. Finally taken out by 1-2-3 though. In goes the neural theft. They know that there's 2 players on the flank. Have they turned around to check it though? Seems like they've cottoned onto it at least. They're going to try to force things onto alert here. In between a rock and a hard place, the Sky utility is just making their lives so difficult. A star from Sushi Boys to keep him safe as well. And now 1-2-3 going to go back to mid and try to take a duel over here, but they're straight into a high-low. That's not going to work at all. Nice. Unfortunate, but perfect positioning from Full Sense to close out that round and get themselves a 10th.
Cool, calm, and collected from Full Sense there, Pilski. Not a single drop of water out of place with that utility in the kind of lock into heaven position, right? You know, they were really, really trying to force their way in towards spawn to try and overwhelm alert on the Sky, but Trailblazer really kept him back. And, you know, even though they got the neural theft out and caught that information inside B main, they just couldn't turn it around. So Full Sense continues strong.
Yeah, the man disadvantage. You could tell they were itching just to take a duel and be able to even up the numbers, but couldn't quite find the right chance to do so. This might be a good start to the round though. Alert is solo on this A site. They've seen him playing retake on the Sky there. A lot of util invested just to take the site. He does get caught by the end of that Nightfall, so they've read the positioning of the Sky, but this is where I'm saying these retakes with this comp could be deadly from Full Sense, and it's a 1-for-1 to start things off.
Where are they going to end up with this as well? They've got that paranoia. They're going to try to take control of screens, and they absolutely will, but Decoy is going to get hurt out. The Trailblazer does come through, and they actually use that for a little bit of a pre-fire here. Leviathan spots out, tries to gather some further information. The Guiding Light going to make it really, really difficult as the Relay Bolt as well comes out from Leviathan onto the other side, but Chintu, he's hit 2 here, Mitch, so maybe there's a chance. 2 versus 2 now in this situation. Chintu with a third! Oh, no! So narrowly missing that shot. Alert will be the clutch minister in this round. An 11th for Full Sense. A very solid crack though from team 1-2-3.
Dude, Chintu's doing everything right now. I'm watching Decoy do a little bit too much half this time. He just keeps getting isolated and picked off. Man's trying to force his way into screens, back through, taking the fight on towards A ramp. I think if he does a little less there, it probably would have worked out better as far as I'm concerned, with Chintu anchoring in the back of the site like that. Man, if that last shot with the Sheriff hits the head, that would have been a clip and a half. Not to be, though. Another buy coming through here for Team 1-2-3. Once again, the Sky. A side, but you've got the Neon of Leviathan here as well. Relay bolts being exchanged back and forth. It's a slide battle. Haven't seen anything like it. And it's only a 1-for-1 to start things off. Decoy going to get himself the overdrive, but on only 2 HP with no heal character. I don't think he's going to be putting that to use this round.
Yeah, Ruffy. Certainly not a recoverable position. Just damage alone is such an important thing there as Answers also goes down. Potter going in towards position, can throw in. And that's just easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. I'll tell you that much, mate. Full Sense are looking well and truly locked in right now. And as you sort of mentioned and alluded to, right, sure, a win here, a good one against Team 1-2-3 is solid, but looking at the competition that you have, especially towards Stage 3 of Split 3, it starts to get real dangerous.
Anything but a 2-0 here for Full Sense is a disappointment, especially at this stage of the competition. The fact that they're even playing in Stage 2 is a bit of a question mark, given that they got a top 4 over at Ascension Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened with the seeding now. I'm sure there's reasons for it. Maybe someone wants to change something like that. No time to discuss that, though. Decoy's up through the guts. He's literally in defense. Spawned 10 seconds into the round almost. It hasn't started well regardless, though, for Team 1-2-3. Decoy's got deep positioning. He's getting cleared out by the Jellyfish, though. Alert sent that at him. Sushi Boys has cleaned him out of heaven, and Team 1-2-3 there's just nothing that they can get rolling for themselves here. Chintu's been thrown the spike. He's going to TP with the top of shadows into his A site, but he's getting spammed through screens already. This is looking slowly but surely like a full sense win.
One chance to close, and it's going to be Answers who
player
trying to make this
standing.
all happen, but look how quickly they're in there. It's actually Sushi Boys to find the shots through heaven as well. All looking for it. Great shot from Chintu. And he does actually manage to slip the wickets there up towards screen. Surely they're going to be aware for it. Yeah, Sushi Boys is ready to rock and roll. Have the from the shadows, obviously that was used earlier, but it's going to be just that 13-6 victory there from Full Sense over their competitors in Team 123, and they all seem to be super happy about that. And yeah,